Last night, your dog slept touching you. Maybe it was their head resting on your feet. Maybe it was their back pressed against your legs. Maybe they wedged themselves so close that you woke up on the edge of your own bed, barely hanging on, with a dog sprawl across the middle like they owned it. And you moved over. Because you always move over. But here is what you never stop to ask. Why does your dog do this? Why, out of every comfortable spot in your entire home, every soft surface, every quiet corner, every warm patch of sunlight, do they choose to sleep touching you? Not near you, not beside you, touching you. The answer is not simple, and it is not what most people assume. Because where your dog sleeps, how they position their body, and which part of you they choose to stay in contact with throughout the night, all of it is a language. A precise, ancient, emotionally loaded language that your dog has been speaking to you every single night. And tonight, for the first time, you are going to understand every word of it. We are going to go through 7 sleeping positions and locations, each one a different message, a different emotional state, a different thing your dog has been trying to tell you in the only way they know how. By the end of this video, you will never look at your sleeping dog the same way again. Sleeping against your back, the message nobody talks about. You're lying on your side, and your dog is pressed against your back, spine to spine. Their warmth against yours, their breathing slow and steady behind you. You think they found a warm spot. You're like a giant hot water bottle to them. But here's what that position actually communicates. Back-to-back contact is one of the most vulnerability-dependent sleeping positions that exists in the animal world. To place your back against another living being during sleep means you are trusting them to watch the space you cannot see. You are saying, I don't need to watch this direction because you are there. In wolf pack research, back-to-back sleeping was documented almost exclusively between animals with the strongest social bonds. Bonded pairs, siblings, pack members with deep established trust. Your dog pressing their back against yours is not about warmth. It is about covering each other. They have assigned themselves to watch your blind side while you sleep, and they are trusting you to watch theirs. 2 beings, back to back, facing outward in opposite directions. The oldest form of protection that exists. And your dog chose to do it with you. Sleeping on your feet. This one is older than history. Your dog sleeps on your feet, every night. Sometimes so heavily that your feet go numb, and you have to shift them slowly, carefully, trying not to wake the dog who is using your ankles as a pillow. You assume they like the smell, or it's warmer there, or they're just being dramatic. Here is the real reason, and it goes back further than you might expect. For thousands of years, before dogs lived inside human homes, working dogs slept at the feet of their owners. Shepherds, hunters, nomadic travelers. Their dogs slept at their feet not out of habit but out of function. Feet are the first thing that moves when a person stands up. A dog sleeping at your feet receives the earliest possible warning that you're about to go somewhere, and they want to be ready. But there is a second layer that is even more meaningful. Feet are the most physically grounded part of the human body, the part closest to the earth, the part that moves through the world. In canine body language, choosing to rest at someone's feet is an expression of deference and devotion combined, not submission, not weakness, devotion. Your dog at your feet is saying, wherever you go, I will go. Whatever you do, I will be ready. I am yours, and I will prove it every single night by sleeping at the place that moves first. That heavy weight on your feet every night is not an inconvenience. It is faithfulness made physical. If this is already shifting how you feel about those nights with your dog, hit that like button and subscribe to Woofinee. Every week we go deeper into what your dog is really telling you. Don't miss it. Sleeping pressed against your stomach. The deepest trust signal. This is the position that surprises people the most when they understand what it means. Your dog curls up against your stomach, facing you, their back curved into your body, your arm resting over them. Both of you curved around each other like a parenthesis. You think they want warmth. They want closeness. They're being sweet. But here is what is actually happening in your dog's nervous system. In that position, the stomach is the most vulnerable part of any mammal's body. No bones protect it. No natural armor covers it. In the wild, exposing or pressing your stomach against another being during the defenseless hours of sleep is the single greatest act of biological trust an animal can perform. A dog who sleeps with their stomach facing you, who curls their softest, most unprotected part toward your body while they are completely unconscious and unable to defend themselves, is a dog who has decided on the deepest instinctual level that you will not hurt them. Not just that you won't hurt them, that you couldn't, that the very idea is so far outside their understanding of you that their sleeping brain doesn't even register it as a possibility. Researchers studying canine sleep behavior have noted that dogs only expose their abdominal area during sleep in environments and with individuals they assess as completely safe. That is what you are to your dog. When they curl their stomach toward you in the dark, that is not sweetness. That is the most profound vote of confidence one living creature can extend to another. Sleeping across your legs. They're not trying to inconvenience you. Your dog is lying across your legs, all of them, both legs, pinned. You can't move without a full negotiation. You think, they're doing this on purpose. They love making things difficult. Here's what is actually happening. Sleeping across another being's body is a behavior that serves a very specific social function in pack animals. It maintains contact even through movement. If you shift your legs, your dog wakes slightly, registers your movement, confirms your presence, and resettles. They are monitoring you, not out of anxiety, out of connection. Animal behavior studies tracking canine sleep patterns have found that dogs sleeping in physical contact with their owners showed measurably shorter periods of deep sleep than dogs sleeping separately, not because their sleep was worse, but because part of their brain remained lightly engaged with tracking their owner's presence and movement throughout the night. Your dog is not sleeping as deeply as they could. They are choosing connection over perfect rest. Think about what that means. Your dog has decided that staying in contact with you, feeling your movements, registering your breathing, knowing where you are even in the middle of the night, is worth sacrificing the deepest levels of their own sleep. Those pinned legs are not inconvenience. They're your dog choosing you over their own comfort, every single night. Sleeping with their head on your chest. They're listening for something. Your dog rests their head on your chest. They're listening for something. Your dog rests their head on your chest. Heavy, warm. Rising and falling with your breathing. You think, they're tired, they found a comfortable pillow. But watch what happens when your breathing changes, when you tense slightly in your sleep, when your heart rate shifts. Your dog notices. Researchers studying the sensitivity of dogs to human physiological states have found that dogs can detect changes in heart rate, breathing rhythm, and even cortisol levels, the stress hormone, through both scent and physical contact. A dog resting their head on your chest has direct access to all three. They can hear your heartbeat, they can feel your breathing. They are receiving a continuous stream of information about your emotional and physical state throughout the entire night. And when something shifts, when your breathing becomes shallow, when your heart rate increases during a stressful dream, when your body communicates distress that your waking mind doesn't even register yet, your dog knows. This is why so many owners report that their dogs seem to wake before they do during nightmares. That their dogs are already alert, already watching them before their eyes even open. Your dog, as their head on your chest, is not just resting. They are keeping watch over the most intimate information you have, your body's own rhythms, and holding themselves responsible for responding if something changes. That heavy head on your chest is a stethoscope of love, and it never stops listening. Sleeping, touching, but not close. This one has a name in science. Your dog is not pressed against you. They are not on top of you or curled into you or pinning your legs, but they are touching you. One paw resting against your ankle, their tail just barely making contact with your calf. A single point of physical connection in an otherwise spacious bed. You barely notice it. It seems like nothing. It is not nothing. Animal behaviorists call this behavior a touch point, a deliberate, maintained point of physical contact that serves as a continuous monitoring signal. The dog is not seeking warmth or pressure or closeness in the full sense. They are staying connected. That single paw against your ankle is your dog's way of keeping the line open between you while still giving you space and themselves space to sleep comfortably. It is the canine equivalent of holding hands, not grabbing, not gripping, just connected, just here, just making sure the thread between you stays unbroken through the night. Research into touchpoint behavior in dogs found it most commonly in animals with highly secure attachments to their owners, dogs who didn't need the full press of contact to feel safe because their safety was never in question. That single point of contact is your dog saying, I don't need to hold on, I just want to know you're there. Tonight, your dog will choose where to sleep. They will move through the dark quietly, assess the space, assess you, and then make a decision that carries more meaning than most people will ever realize. Maybe they will press their back against yours and watch the space you cannot see. Maybe they will settle at your feet and wait for the moment you move. Maybe they will curl their stomach toward you and hand you the most vulnerable part of themselves without a second thought. Maybe they will rest their head on your chest and spend the night listening to your heartbeat. Maybe they will lay just one paw against your ankle and hold the thread between you through the dark. Every position is a sentence. Every point of contact is a word. And the whole language, the entire conversation your dog has been having with you every single night, says the same thing. You are safe. You are chosen. You are the place in the world where I can finally, completely let go. Some people spend their whole lives looking for that. Your dog decided it was you, and they prove it every night, in the dark, in the quiet, in the simple and extraordinary act of choosing to sleep touching you. That was never a small thing. It was always everything.